All right, five fans, UFC 314 is just around the corner. Matter of fact, it's actually in a few hours. And look, I haven't uploaded in a month, and I'm gonna tell you guys the reason. But I'm gonna tell you guys the reason at the end of the video because I don't want to like clog jam all I have to say about these two fights. And I'm only gonna be talking about the co-main events and the main events because you know that's the two more important fights. I would go. I mean, I could do it. I could do the entire thing, but come on. I'm gonna speak about the most important thing because I haven't uploaded a video about nothing. So I'm just gonna do these two, and I'm just gonna tell you everything at the end of the video of what I'm gonna be doing next, what's gonna be happening because I haven't uploaded in almost 2 months. Keep that in mind. Now, starting with the co-main event, Michael Chandler versus Patty Pimblett. Now, I want to talk about. I want to talk about Michael Chandler, right? So this guy has been a lot of people hate this guy, okay? Especially because of the Charles Oliveira fight. Everyone knows what happened, okay? This guy wanted to win so badly. This guy was hitting the back of the head like there was no tomorrow. And don't get me wrong. Um look, I understand why he did it. Like everyone understands, but it's just why would he do that? You know how people go, bro, it's just messed up because we know what happens to people that get hit behind the head, especially that boxer. I don't exactly remember his name, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. That boxer that got like mental issues or something, like he got like disabled because he got hit back of the head and all that stuff. He lost to Dustin Poirier. He knocked out Tony Ferguson. He lost to Justin Gage, and he lost the first time against Charles Oliveira. I mean, this guy just keeps getting chances after chances. Like for example, like you guys might not think Patty Pimblett is not a chance, but like Patty Pimblett is a big name, guys. He really is a big name. He could be Patty Pimblett, get another fight, and get into like a title contender, a title shot again. Cause I don't know, Daddy Dana White. Wait, pause. Dana White is just he like, bro. I'm telling you, Michael Chandler has something on Dana White. I don't know what it is, but he definitely has something on him. Now, let's talk about Patty the Batty. Now, look, man. He's been on a should I say all right streak or okay streak. It's been fun to watch, especially that sub that he get against. He sub King Green. I'm just gonna call him Green. I don't want to call him King Green. That's a little sus. He defeated by unanimous decision Tony Ferguson, which is not nothing special, but he has him on his resume, I guess. Jared Jordan Leavitt. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. Also, I see a lot of people that got mad at me because I don't know how to pronounce names. Like, bro, I'm sorry. I'm bad with names, okay? You're gonna have to love me just the way I am. I'm not trying to disrespect these fighters, obviously. I like watching fights. I'd respect these fighters. I have a hard time pronouncing their names. But anyways, I'm pretty sure he lost the Jared Gordon fight if I'm remembering correctly. It was such a close. I wouldn't even call it. It was just a robbery. I'm pretty sure if I remember watching it. I don't know if it was the Jordan one or the Jared, but I'm pretty sure it was the Jared one that he lost. But I just don't remember. My mind is not that good. Um, but look, back to these two. My look, Patty the Batty. He's a slight favorite. Michael Chandler obviously a slight underdog. In my opinion, if I had to bet my money on like my house on it, and I'm obviously not saying like I'm 100% sure, right? But I'm saying like if I had to bet my house on either two, I would go with the guy that is on a roll, and that's Patty Pimblett. Look, Patty Pimblett is on a roll, and even if his names don't have that much of value, he is on a roll. This is his chance to prove people that he deserves to be with the big boys. I'm not saying Michael Chandler is like a super duper good ass fighter, but I feel like he's a gatekeeper. He's basically the gate. If you can beat Michael Chandler, you belong there with the elite. Again, it's hard for me to say that Michael Chandler is like in the elite. He's not elite, but he's just a gatekeeper. You guys understand what I'm trying to say? He's a gatekeeper. Now, I don't think Patty Pimblett will just. I don't think this fight will be a landslide for Patty Pimblett. Don't get me wrong. If Michael Chandler, I feel like the only way Michael Chandler wins is if he catches him very, very early because I feel like Paddy Pimblett will take him down if I'm being completely honest. Don't get me wrong, Michael Chandler is strong as hell, like strong as hell. But look, man, I don't think people are paying attention to this. This man is going to be 39 years old in a month. I'm telling you right now, you guys don't think father time creeps up to people like that? I think this is it, guys. I really think this is the perfect timing for Paddy Pimblett to get a very good win on his resume, and I think this is the perfect time for him to pick this fight. I really, really do. Connor made Connor literally wasted this guy's prime, quite literally. You guys saw like an I don't know if I'm getting like sentinel or some shit, but I'm pretty sure I saw like a Twitter post of Conor McGregor saying like I got Paddy Pimblett or Michael Chandler UFC 314. I don't know if it was another person or him that actually posted it, but I saw that. Look, Michael Chandler's good old days are gone, guys. They really really are. I think Paddy Pimblett, even though some people don't like him, he is one of the top contenders, and I feel like this is the perfect time for him to come in and just get Michael Chandler from the face of the earth because this guy has don't get Michael Chandler has a lot of fans. He's actually kind of popular because he fights big names. He really does fight big names, but I think this is it right here, guys. This is the boot. Paddy Pimblett is the boot, and the way I see Pimblett actually beating Michael Chandler is by submission. Yes, I think. Look, I'm just gonna say it right now. Paddy Pimblett is gonna submit Michael Chandler, right? And I feel like a lot of people are gonna like talk about Charles Oliveira couldn't do that to him last fight. I feel like Paddy Pimblett is gonna latch onto that and probably get a fight with Charles Oliveira on his next fight because of that. I feel like it's like meant to be, you know. Maybe I'm like a little delusional right now because I haven't done the video and I'm not like in my prime, you know, because you need to get like the raw stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna cement Michael Chandler, and I feel like he's gonna choke him out, right? He's gonna do a back choke. Why am I calling it a back choke? It sounds so fucking weird, but I feel like he's gonna choke him out, and I feel like his next fight is gonna be Charles Oliveira. Mark my words over here. You guys doubted me in the Alex Pereira versus Ankalaev fight. Remember, you guys doubted me. I didn't do a response video because I wasn't home, but I saw everyone. Nobody that was talking shit in my comment section because I was saying that Ankalaev was gonna make that a boring fight, and guess what happened? He made that a boring fight. Don't doubt me, bro. Don't doubt me. Anyways, let's move on to the Alexander Volkanovski versus the Diego Lopes fight. And look, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm really gonna be real with you guys. Obviously, as everyone, I mean 90%, 99.9% of UFC fans thought that Alexander Volkanovski was going to fight El Matador, or I guess he changed his nickname to the Chosen One now. But I'm gonna keep calling him El Matador because El Matador Alexander Volkanovski in the cage or the octagon. Look, Alexander Volkanovski is one of my favorite fighters, and Diego Lopes is very young. He's very very hungry, and I think this is again. These two fights, the main event and the co-main event, are like perfect timings for these two people to take these fights. I'm not saying that Alexander Volkanovski is not what I mean. He is not what he used to be, obviously, but at really this point of his career, after his last two fights, I think we're seeing a pattern, boys. I really, really think we're seeing a pattern. And look, before I say anything else, I'm just gonna tell you my prediction. I think Diego Lopes is really going to TKO Alexander Volkanovski. I think he's going to rock him, drop him, finish him on the ground. But I don't think it's going to be like a out cold like El Matador, right? But I do think he's going to get TKO'd by Diego Lopes. Now, since this is the main event, I like to do like a special thing. I like to tell you my prediction. And if that's not the prediction, I like to tell you both sides, right? But the first prediction that I just told you, that's my main prediction, okay? That's my primary prediction. I'm going to tell you the secondary prediction on the side of Volkanovski, how he's going to win. But keep in mind that my first prediction is my prediction. I'm just giving you hypotheticals after this, even though they're both hypotheticals. I think you guys understand what I mean. Look, If Diego Lopez cannot finish him in the first 2 rounds, hear me out. In the first 2 rounds, I think Diego Lopez will knock him out, either in 1 or 2, right? And I think Diego Lopez will win 1 and 2, even if he doesn't knock Alexander Volkanovski out. I feel like Alexander Volkanovski is literally gonna destroy him if he gets past round 2. I feel like Alexander Volkanovski, with that jab that he has, when he gets Diego Lopez's range, it's absolutely over. I want to talk about Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez fight against Dan Ige really exposed him. It really did. I feel like Alexander Volkanovski rewatched that fight and saw what he needs to do. He literally saw what he needs to do. Dan Ige literally put the blueprint on how to beat Diego Lopez. And you know what? Volkanovski has that. This guy's a champion, guys. Look, don't get me wrong. I think Alexander obviously has a chance on winning against Diego Lopez, but I think Diego Lopez, as of right now, is just better. I feel like he's just better. He's in a roll. He's feeling it. In my opinion, I have the same feeling that I have with Ankalaev. I just think it's his time. Even though Alex Pereira is one of my favorite fighters, I'm not gonna like tell you something that goes against what I feel. I really do feel Diego Lopez, it's time for him to become champion. He's gonna join a great list, keep in mind. There's a great list of fighters that he's gonna join if he does defeat Alexander Volkanovski in a few hours. And it really is hard to believe that Diego Lopez is gonna join that list. But I just think it's time. And I want to like speak further on that. I don't think Diego Lopez is actually gonna have a long featherweight career as champion. I don't think he is. I think Mozart Ovlev will eventually defeat him again, and I feel like Mozart Ovlev is gonna have a longer reigning, have a longer reign than Diego Lopez, in my opinion. Again, the Dagestanis are just taking over, guys. This is just a matter of time until Merab is not the champion, right? And then Umar takes over. Like, we're gonna have full of Dagestani fighters all over the place. But I don't mind it. I feel like they just dominate in a way that people don't like, and that's okay. The UFC has begun a lot of reports too about like PvP views and all that stuff, but it's literally not true. UFC has had its highest viewership since ever. So like they're just saying it's low because maybe like the past few months the fights haven't been good. A lot of Apex cards like that. They need to get rid of Apex cards if I'm being really honest. But look, I'm getting sidetracked. That's my predictions for UFC 314. Diego Lopez in the first 2 rounds by TKO. Paddy Pimblett. I actually didn't say the rounds. I say he submits Michael Chandler in the last round. I think it's gonna be a dog fight for 5 fucking rounds, and in the last round he's gonna get him. But I'm not gonna give you guys the entire card. I want to bore you since I did this very late. I don't deserve to make a longer video. So like, look, I'm back. Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm home and I can actually do videos. And look, you can actually click off. Before you click off though, make sure you leave a like, hit that sub button so you don't miss any more of this yapping content. You know what I'm saying? But look, this is for the people that want to know why I left for almost 2 months. Look, I left because I work for my family's company, right? And I actually have to travel, right, to where the how do I say this? To where the money is. Let's just say where the money is. I need to travel, right? And I'm not home most of the time. I come home maybe for like a day, go back. So like I don't really have time. Like imagine if there's like a card like today or like in 2 days, I make my prediction and then I can't make the recap. That would be just weird for me to do that. So like I don't have time for that. But now I actually can make videos because where I need to travel is only like an hour away. But so I'm gonna be back home the same day. So that's actually a very good thing. And I can actually just make videos now. All I have to do is not get lazy and just play CS2 the entire day. You know what I mean? So I have to actually lock in and make videos for you guys. And I'm actually very excited back making videos. Like I really read everyone's comments, even if they're hates. I reply to all the comments that I can possibly can, or argue with some of you guys, which is absolutely lovely. You know, like all this is just an exciting part of my life as of right now. Like a lot of things are going absolutely amazing lately. So I really appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate my life, how it's been going. And yeah, make sure you leave a like, hit that sub button. Just tell me what your predictions are in the comment section. And with that being said, I'll see everyone very, very soon. Goodbye.